What it is, what it do, it's your boy Dapper back with another power reaction just for you. Now, before we get into anything, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and obviously, like I always say, leave a comment if you feel like you want to. I think you should though. And with that being said, we're gonna hop right into it. Alright, so we at episode 9 of season 2. They took a break last week, which blew mine, but I should have known because they got to line up every power with the next power. Makes sense, whatever the case may be. But more importantly, it's the penultimate episode before the finale, and like I've been saying all season, this is the bounce back season for Power Force because I was a part of that crew that was like, I don't know, maybe they stretched it with Force. Maybe Force is not, you know what I'm saying, what it should be, but it's I still rank it third, but third with respect. You know what I'm saying, to the other two shows, other two iterations of Power that's out. So with that being said, we're gonna hop right into it. So boom, we got Tommy right here. Tommy Tommy's episode was interesting because I just don't understand like how he's getting away with what he's getting away with. First and foremost, let's start with the fact that we this happens at the end of the episode. We'll say it now. He finds out Vic is the rat. Great. Now, my thing is, what took him so long? Anytime the mention of Vic, or not any type of mention of a rat, snitch, whatever, Vic started sweating and stuttering like he had a speech impediment or something, bro. So I don't understand how Tommy ain't see through that and be like, maybe. Because his top suspect was still Jannard after all that time. Like, he literally had to see full on proof before he even took the bait of like, all right, finally it is Vic. Like, he had to get full on proof. And like, that's crazy to me because it was so obvious from the outside looking in. But that's neither here nor there. His room is bugged now, so that, and he doesn't know it. So I'm wondering if Vic, as a saving grace, tells him that. Um, that's sorry. Wow. Yeah, tells him that because Vic at this point is Tommy. He's gonna go in for the kill. It's pretty much over for Vic. We already know how this goes. He's a rat. He's not gonna stick around much longer. Especially when Tommy Ben gave him last season the opportunity to dip out of here, he didn't take it. Um, but moving on to the episode, or moving back rather, you know what I'm saying? Uh, there's an interesting moment that happens where he tells Shanti to, and I want y'all opinion on this if y'all can. He tells Shanti like, "Yo, stop jacking CBI." Basically, you know what I'm saying, do what you do with Claudia. We'll get into Claudia more because their business is basically going into with another plug, cartel plug. You know what I'm saying, of the likes of Che, I'm assuming, and he's like, "Yo, you stick or stay over there. I'll tell you when it's okay to come back to CBI." I don't know. I guess, I mean, granted, yes, inside intel, but at the same time, I feel like you could lose Shanti completely to that side. I don't know if that's, and she has information. She could just be carrying information back and forth. Like, I don't know. That's a little dangerous on Tommy's part. So I don't know. That fumble, that stumbled upon my heart, and I'm just like, I don't really like that move. So y'all tell me what y'all think. But that's pretty much it for Tommy. You know what I'm saying, we know going forward, well, it's not it for Tommy. We saw Maria chose Tommy over her brother, which is a crazy thing to do. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I feel her because like if your brother ain't been giving you freedom your whole life, can't date, can't do this, can't do that, your whole life. I mean, I would choose, I guess, somebody else over him too. But now Tommy basically has the green light to do what he wants to do because Miguel is messing up, and we'll get to Miguel. But you know what I'm saying, Tommy's just doing all the right things. Che likes him, and the world is Tommy's at this point, as long as he cuts off those loose ends. All right, so Diamond basically, we know Diamond is kind of hung strung on like, you know what I'm saying, Leon, that was his little man. You know what I'm saying, he was developed something with the mom that's going, but he really seemed to care more about the kid than anything else going on with the mom, which is cool. So he has Jannard who wants to, be in Diamond's good graces for sure. You know what I'm saying, he wants to stick around CBI and things of that nature to carry out his own nefarious affairs. He's like, yo, I'll find whoever. So he goes and finds Leon's killers. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, they find out that Leon's killer is the nephew of somebody they've teamed up with. Because remember, they did the whole coalition. That's how Tom was making all this money. It's a whole coalition. They got all the gangs, on a peace treaty basically with each other. So For Diamond to go and kill that would ruin everything. Kill him, that would ruin everything. You know what I'm saying, that they have built. So I'm interested to see where Diamond's head is at, because we see Diamond's more at a savage mode, because we saw what he did to Leon's pops. Literally, somebody told me, she was like, "Yo, he's sleeping with the fishes." Like, literally sleeping with the fishes. Like, he legitimately left him in the sea, strangled out, sleeping with the fishes. So it's gonna be like crazy to see what Diamond's gonna do, because it's a tough choice, because I know he's not gonna be satisfied knowing that he knows who killed Leon and he can't do anything about it. So maybe he goes and makes it look like an accident. I don't know. We'll see. But in other better news, he's off parole early, which I still don't get, because you were just a suspect in your PO's murder. Obviously, they didn't find anything on you, but just the fact you were a suspect, I don't know how the judge is going to look at you and be like, yeah, early release. I don't know. I would have held you a little back just till we find the killer, but maybe that's just me. I'm not a judge. Moving on. All right, we got Miguel. Miguel, we've been seeing the steady decline of Miguel since the moment he follows Tommy's orders and told the plug to cut off Mirkovich. Since that's happened, there's pretty much been nothing good going on for Tommy. I mean, not Tommy, Miguel, because he can't say that it was Tommy's idea, because he already took credit for it. So basically, he kind of has to eat that. And then Tommy just kind of, in his face, maneuvering around him, getting to the better side of Che, the big plug. You know what I'm saying? Just making it known that, like, look, I'm here to take this from you. And Miguel can't really do anything about it, because he's just stuck between a rock and a hard place. So, you know, obviously, if I say it's about time, we'll say it about Miguel in Miguel's time period. Tommy ends up finding out that there was a rat in Miguel's crew the whole time, even though Miguel should have known that. You know what I'm saying? It was his right-hand man. That's the craziest part. It's funny enough, the same thing's happening to Tommy, but it's in less of effect, because what Miguel being so blinded by that, his right side man got his grandma killed. And because his grandma dies, you know what I'm saying, he goes after Mirkovich. But Tommy's smart enough. He interferes with the plan. So because he gives the heads up, because they tortured the right hand man, by the way. So they get the heads up. They give the heads up to the Serbs. The Serbs are prepared. Mirkovich gets out of there. They don't kill Mirkovich. His plan, Miguel, fails. So basically, he hasn't done anything right. And then obviously he's in a bad spot with the plug, because he had one chance to do that. He had got permission to do it, and he didn't do it. So now Tommy's probably going to swoop in and do it, and then going to make him look even worse, and he's probably going to lose his spot. And honestly, Miguel's already at the point he's about to move on his own accord, say F the plug. He's probably going after Tommy's head next episode, really and truly. I'm only showing Vic because I just want y'all to look at his face. This is the face of a man that has consistently looked so guilty this entire season. Since even like, I don't care. I don't know how Tommy looked at him. I mean, granted, yes, he killed the Fed in front of him, but at the same time, he's been guilty the entire time. He just looked guilty. He sounded guilty. He hasn't been confident. I don't know how he's been around Tommy so often and it hasn't just never piqued Tommy's interest. I don't know, but this is the face of guilt. This is the worst character in Power Force, period. Hater. Claudia Flynn. Claudia just keeps inserting herself in places, and they keep letting it like be fruitful, and that's the worst part about it. Like, I hate when characters that you don't like experience fruitful scenarios. Like, you insert yourself into a hole. The Serbs is doing work with the new cartel plug. You insert yourself in it, get the deal done by all means, sure. But then now the money's on you to get it. So I'm like, ooh, the money's on her to get. She ain't got no money. Where's she gonna get the money from? And then he got the girl that she's been hanging out with, that been dressing up like Ellen in the club with her, freaking supplying her the money. I'm like, life can't be this easy for you. Like, why are you making it so easy for a character that I hate? But, you know what I'm saying? We'll see how that works. I feel like what's coming down the line, she's going to squeeze Shanti out of this operation, because she's already done like 2 things without Shanti. And, I mean, granted, this is something Shanti wouldn't have been at, but at the same time, it's a lot of things going on that are not involving Shanti, and Shanti's hearing about it on the back end, and that wasn't the deal. So we'll see. All right, JP. Honestly speaking, they can do away with this storyline, and I would not be mad. I wouldn't miss it. Him, Kate. I like D-Mac, but we got to find a better use for D-Mac than the son-father dynamic. It's one thing about this show. This season that's not sticking with me. It's definitely that. Like, this is just not sticking with me at all. It's just, and it's like not consistent. Like, there's episodes that they skipped and like not even talked about this. Like, it's just not sticking with me at all. So I'd rather move on from it. Obviously D-Mac comes back, and then instead of him really getting on D-Mac gets on him for being a bad dad and not fighting for him. I'm just like, all right, bet. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? Like we can eliminate this completely. Him, Kate, all that. I can move on. This. Now here's Stacy. We see Stacy's evolving. Her character, she's evolving. She was about to do something crazy. Her man stopped her, but I don't know. She's kind of getting too thirsty for this Tommy situation that she's starting to not care about things she should as a law enforcer. So look out for that. She's her turn of being a crooked, you know what I'm saying, federal, you know what I'm saying. I do just want to end this by saying I don't ever want to see her in a sex scene ever. Him with the dude. I don't ever want to see that again. I've spoken before that I think a lot of these sex scenes are unnecessary, and this tops the cake. Like, this has to be the worst in Power history. Like, this was awkward. It didn't look good. It just was awkward. I wanted to fast forward. I did hit the fast forward button, the 10-second button, because it just gross. No, just not for me. It shouldn't be for anybody. But with that being said, we're done with this wrap up of the penultimate episode of Power Force. Hit that like button if you made it all the way here. Hit the subscribe button for sure if you made it all the way here. It makes no sense not to. And with that being the case, I'll catch you on another video. Later. Big dripper stand up in the ocean. Everybody trapping, we get lost. He ain't focused.